Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny.
You know what time it is, so sit back and get ready for the Stafford Voice, your dose of conservative in a world of liberal.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, how are you doing? I am your host, Daniel Stafford, and you are listening to The Stafford Voice, where we are conservative in a world of liberal. Now, today we're going to talk about Independence Day, July 4th, 1776. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you there are many ways to listen. You can subscribe on YouTube's. You could subscribe through Stitcher or Spreaker or TuneIn. Whatever medium you choose, set the channel as a favorite. Hit the follow button. Whatever you have to do so you don't get left behind because you want to stay informed. In the case you aren't already following on social media, it's really easy. You can look me up on Twitter at Stafford Voice. Find me over on the Facebooks. Again, just search for The Stafford Voice. Wherever you're at in social media or the interwebs, just search for The Stafford Voice. I'm sure you'll find me. In the case you have a question, a comment, or a concern about anything we talk about here on the show, or something you see that you'd like for us to talk about, feel free to email it to us, thestaffordvoice@gmail.com. I personally answer each comment myself. Now, before we get started talking about Independence Day and July 4th, 1776, I would like to hear a word about our sponsors. Some crowdfunding sites are too liberal and keep more for themselves. Even worse, if they don't like you or someone gets offended, they'll cancel your campaign. But not at RWNJ Funding. They hold true to conservative and libertarian values. Plus, they won't cave to the PC crowd. More importantly, they believe in you. RWNJFunding.com. The right cause, the right values, done right. RWNJFunding.com.
Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Nothing will protect you quite like your sidearm, so why not give it the protection it deserves? Something as strong as the Second Amendment and stands the test of time, and better yet, made in the USA. A Rebel Road Tactical Custom Kydex holster is that and more. Call now and place your order with Rebel Road Tactical at 682-217-4579. Again, 682-217-4579, or online at rebelroadtactical.com. All right, the day is finally upon us. Independence Day, July 4th, 1776. Long hours, days, and weeks all culminate with the final draft of the Declaration of Independence, as it was presented to the Second Continental Congress for vote. Business began as normal for Congress as they got right into it, and the records of the morning detail as follows. Agreeable to the order of the day, the Congress resolved itself into a committee of the whole to take into their farther consideration the Declaration, and, after some time, the President resumed the chair. Mr. Benjamin Harrison reported that the committee of the whole Congress have agreed to a declaration, which he delivered in. The declaration being again read was agreed to as follows. Now, the final draft of the Declaration of Independence was read in its entirety as it was presented, where it was unanimously agreed to, again, minus the delegates from New York, as they have yet to receive instruction from their constituents on how they were to proceed to vote. That would never happen today. But later they would pledge their support. Now, I want to share with you two of my favorite parts. One of which is found at the very beginning, and the other is I think it's pretty much the last paragraph. And I'm going to read it to you, and I want you to think about what is being said. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles as organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Now, towards the end of the Declaration of Independence, it states, "We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress, assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right, ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is, and ought to be, totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." I want to invite you to take a few minutes to read and study this document, the Declaration of Independence. Remember, the men and women involved in producing the Declaration of Independence knew what they were doing. They knew they were risking everything. They were risking their lives, all of their money, all of their fortune, their land, their homes, everything. And they did it because America is the last best hope for the preservation of liberty and freedom. I only ask of you this: what are you doing to support their cause? Now, that's all we have for today. Go out and celebrate our independence. And God willing, the Stafford Voice will be back next time around. You can follow me on Twitter at Stafford Voice. Look me up on Facebook or any other medium for social media by looking for The Stafford Voice. Email any of your questions or comments or even concerns to thestaffordvoice@gmail.com. Now, I want to thank you so much for your time, and until next time, thanks, and God bless.
The leader in talk radio on the internet, right here on K98Talk.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Alright folks, this is Rick Robinson with you. I want to tell you about some friends of mine from a company called Security Enforcement Specialists. When I ran my security agency for 12 years, I worked with one of these partners on a daily basis. He's been involved in this agency now, and with his other partner, they do have over 30 years of experience in the private security industry. If you own a business and you need someone to keep you or your customers or residents safe, then I highly recommend contacting Security Enforcement Specialists today. Give them a call at 405-703-1796. Again, that's 405-703-1796. Again, tell them Rick from K98 Talk sent you. Like I said, if you need the help, they are here for you. So make sure that you go look them up, check them out, and see what they can do.
Wrong way. Welcome to the place.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
The Internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely. Let's get started again.
So everybody can hear me like I'm on my own, huh? That's awesome. Like it doesn't work, and now it's just going to work. Apparently, is that what's happening here?
Yay!
So can everybody like hear me now? Like, am I just all live as I'm sitting here cussing at everything? Is that what's happening?
Apparently you cursed, but I didn't hear the cursing.
So you just heard me tapping on the mouse.
I just heard you tapping on the mouse and breathing. They heard you curse.
Oh, okay. He dropped an F-bomb. Okay, yep. That was definitely me.
Nice.
All right, so I guess we can just like hold on. We just gotta do it.
Okay.
The name is Dolphin, Spy Dolphin, and I'd like my humor shaken, not stirred. Real, serious, nonsense.
We just gonna let out revolution. We don't wanna spill no blood.
All right, that's enough. Okay.
Yay! I always think it's fun to start the show with one of us, being really upset about doing the show.
Well, I don't understand. I know my gripe was with Skype last time, but seriously, my radio broadcast program just completely changed the settings, so it was like in a constant loop. So like nothing was going, and it was just like talking away. I'm like, I didn't put that on. It's been the same for a year. I don't know. I don't understand.
It sounded like we were inside of an alien's belly.
Yes.
It was kind of weird. Now, here's what I have to say. Last week we had, I'm not even kidding, is one of my favorite shows, and neither one of us hardly talked. But, we had such a big deal. We had David Limbaugh on last week, and now it's just me and you, and it feels like, it's just me and you.
I know it. Well, I should take offense to that. Shouldn't I?
I don't know. It's just me and you. So, if you're offended, then I should be offended by myself too, right? I should be offended by my own words.
No, I wouldn't want to talk to myself either. But
but I'm just saying, we had, it's the highlight. It's a huge, Twitter political life highlight for me, and now it's just me and you, and we're going to talk about Hillary and her purple T-shirts.
Look, the life can't be one giant top of the roller coaster, right? You've got to go down to enjoy the ups, as they say. So you have to get through so many shows with me until you secure another cool guest.
Well, we are going way down because neither one of us even. This is how bad I didn't want to do the show tonight. I was just like around 7:30. I was like, I really don't want to do the show, but we're not going to be on next week, by the way, because it's Memorial Day. In case anybody was planning on showing up, in case one of the 3 people that actually listen to us, if they were planning on showing up next week, we won't be here. But like, I was so not feeling like doing the show. I was like, we don't even have a show next week, so I have to do the show. But I was trying to talk my husband into doing it for me. Like, I was like, just get on and, like, we'll pretend like it's me. Just log into my Skype, and then everybody will be surprised when you start talking, and it won't be me.
See, I'm really hurt. Like, you had no issues last week. Last week you made me drive 5 hours home to be here. And this week,
true.
This week you're like, it's just him. It's just him. I don't even want to be there.
That's true. Last week I was like, you had to drive 5 hours to get there
in
on
the middle
time.
of the night. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, come on. They're going to think that's true. I told you that you didn't have to. I had it set up in case that you didn't make it home.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever, like, force you to drive in the middle of the night. Let them know that's not true. Because they're going to believe that.
They're not going to believe that.
They might believe that.
Maybe I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to share the moment.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, I had to say.
Because, see, because if I wasn't there, he couldn't have thanked us. He would have just thanked you. And that would have sucked. Because you'd been like, David Limbaugh thanked me for this. But, no, he thanked us. I got my well-deserved recognition.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you got your recognition. That's good.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything. I didn't do anything. But
just so that you know, like, there's at least one story that I copied and pasted the same story into, but it has a different, like there's a different headline, but it has the wrong story attached to it.
So it's like what's Mystery Door or something. Okay, got it. Not only do you not want to do the show with me, you want to torture me at the same time.
That is correct. But the one that it's about Hillary, and we'll just talk about it real quick. Apparently Hillary was at some kind of rally, and she said instead of T-shirts, she said T-shorts. And so everybody's making fun of her because she's like, everybody has their purple T-shorts on. But I linked a different story. But anyway, that's what she said because, like, she's stupid. She really is a horrible, horrible candidate. I mean, if there's anybody that Trump can beat, it's Hillary. It is the 2 worst candidates ever that are running.
A lot of people would disagree. People seem to like Trump. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have been converting to Trump's side. You recently, right? And there was one person that converted to Trump's side that I didn't expect. Hold on one second.
Ready? Trump is amazing, and I have complete respect.
See?
You are such a cheater! I can't believe you did that!
No, I didn't change a thing. I just cut, as I was editing the show last week, I found that wonderful tidbit of a soundbite, and I was like, this is going to be awesome.
Trump is amazing, and I have complete respect.
See?
Oh. What did you do? What did you take out?
I think it was complete respect for people that can say their opinion or whatever about that, or
yeah, it was a last resort vote for Trump.
Something like that. But you said Trump is amazing. Trump is amazing.
Oh, it was you are so. Oh, that is so wrong. That is so wrong. If I had something to throw, I would throw it right now.
Wait.
I don't even have anything to throw. I just have water, and it would mess up my computer.
Well, if you can throw it like 500 miles, more power to you.
I'm gonna drive 8 hours just to get to your house and like throw something at you for that.
I thought it was funny. Come on.
Tell your wife I'm on my way. I'm going to find a little monkey a monkey that flings poo and send it to your house to fling it at you. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, if I was really trying to be mean, I would have posted it all on Twitter and everything else. But that's just for our 3 listeners today. It's a special inside joke there. So.
Well, everybody knows that I can't stand the man. So. I mean, I am the creator. I'm the actual creator of the Never Trump Twibbin that people have on their Abbeys all over the place. It's been shared 2,000 times or something like that. I'm the actual creator of that thing. So I think that people know that I don't like him. I'm not even a last resort voter for him. I totally get it, but that's not me. Not me.
I don't know. I did what? You can't believe I did what? I took you word for word quote. I didn't.
But you cut out parts of it. You cut out parts of the front and then parts of the back.
No, I didn't cut anything out of the front. You said Trump is amazing. I mean, you're gonna go back and listen. You're gonna go back and listen again, aren't you? You're gonna have to go find it.
Yeah, because you cut out the whole context of it. You cut out the entire context. I cannot believe you.
It doesn't need context. It says what it says.
I'm gonna find a monkey that flings poo, and I'm sending it to you.
I would play it again, but I have a feeling you'd hang up on me, and then I would just have to wonder if you were actually driving down there.
Do a dead air. I would be like, okay, I'm just gone. You have to do a dead air. Talk about whatever you want to, little one. Go ahead.
I thought it was pretty good. And you're like getting up in arms here. I mean,
I can't believe that.
What?
I can't believe that. Okay, so we better talk about something fun because I can't believe that.
That was fun. I thought that was hilarious.
Did anybody else think that was fun? I don't think anybody else.
I don't think anybody's even listening. They don't. So
it's only 3 people. It's only 3 people listening, so it doesn't.
You're safe. Dan Snyder's off looking for another Hillary gif, I'm sure.
Nice.
I think MK's scared, and Ron's kind of quiet. So
they're all afraid of you because they think you're going to go find something that they said and take it out of context. That's what's happening. Everybody's afraid of you now.
Fine. I thought we did humor here, but I guess you don't have a sense of humor anymore.
Not when it comes to that. That's like if you had edited me saying the F word or something. It's just as bad. Just as bad to me.
I think I could put that in a promo. I wonder how long before you realize I added that to the promo.
Oh, I would be so upset. Don't do that.
Okay, I wouldn't do that.
I would cry. I would literally cry. Okay, so we're off next week. The week after that, we're actually having a guest. She's one of our friends that's been friends with us on Twitter forever, but she wrote a book, so we're having, her name is Ashley Hammond. If you guys want to show up, she will mostly be talking about politics, but she's going to talk about her book some, so that should be fun. And she's interesting. She's kind of all over the place on the politics screen, so it'll be kind of funny. She posted this on her Facebook, which I found hilarious. So if this gives you any context about where she's at, she said, "I want to wear my feminist T-shirt, drink some Trump wine out of a Bernie Sanders mug while she was doing the show." So that should be interesting, to say the least. But anyway, let's talk about this. This is kind of fun. I mean, a lot of the people that listen to our show obviously might partake in some sort of drugs. I'm thinking.
I think they all do. It's unanimous.
Yeah, I think that they might partake in drugs at some point. If they don't, when they start listening to the show, they probably want to by the end of the show. Unless we have like a decent guest like we did last week, then that was awesome. But it's not our normal show, right? But here, Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong was invited to a Sanders rally, okay? So he's like all excited. He's been tweeting about Bernie Sanders invited me to speak. Where I'm going to introduce him is like East LA. He's really excited. He says, "I have a lot of local fans and roots there. I'm yay excited. It'll be like Colorado, legalize weed and use the extra money to help the homeless." He's like all excited about it, tweeting. And then all of a sudden, Unfortunately, after months of support and endorsement videos, I had to report that Bernie Sanders pulled away his invite to me. He said there was a scheduling conflict at the Bernie Sanders rally, and I hope to continue my support and reschedule. But basically, he tweeted and was all excited, and then nothing. Is like, forget you, Tommy. You're not coming to the introduce me. I think that's kind of sad, really.
Well, that is kind of sad. I can't
I
believe.
felt bad for me. Like, he was all excited about it. He had tweet after tweet about it. You know how excited he was.
Maybe Bernie bumped him for somebody he actually knows, like, and recognizes, like Angela Lansbury or something.
Man, Angela Lansbury. The close personal friend from when they were young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was her idol or something. Like, he was her teacher or something. Is she even still alive? I kind of feel bad making jokes about dead people.
I have no idea. Who knows? Okay, I kind of feel bad about making jokes about dead people too, but
let's take a vote. Let's take a vote on this one because I was torn as well. I was like, this is hilarious, and then I was like, no, I can't laugh at this. So,
a woman tried to climb Mount Everest to prove vegans can do anything. She died. I don't know. I find it funny. I feel bad that I find it funny, but yeah, apparently she was an experienced mountain climber. I mean, people know when they're going to climb Mount Everest, you might die. I mean, that's a known thing. But she wanted to say and demonstrate vegans could do anything. And she started climbing it, and she died. Is that funny or not?
I don't think the delivery was the best, but I don't think I can do any better. So, I think the takeaway from this is vegans can't actually do everything. Right.
Well, I would say that they can't. Yeah, but I mean, she started out with, like, you have to think. All right, it's a vegan, right? So she probably has really low iron. I would think, like,
maybe not enough protein. Maybe this would be a posthumous endorsement deal for a protein bar or a protein shake. Maybe, you know, I'm just trying to help her out here.
I don't know. I did find that funny. When I first read it, I found it funny. And I kind of don't feel bad about it, but then I do feel bad about it. So, which one is it? Good or bad?
I think I'm just going to laugh at it because it's kind of funny. Everybody has to be an activist at something, and sometimes activism fails. I mean, this seems like one of those things, and we shouldn't laugh. We should laugh. But as long as we feel guilty for laughing, I think it's okay.
Okay. I could deal with that. Okay. I could deal with that.
Okay.
If we feel guilty about laughing at it, then it's okay. But I kind of don't feel guilty about it either.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever. She was just a vegan. I mean, they don't really have.
I think that is not as funny as that story that time with the what was it? It was like some sort of duck, and this woman started hitting people with the duck. What was that? What was that story? I don't remember exactly, but it was very funny. That's the best, like, animal rights, any kind of story that we've had. It was like they wanted to protest or help save the ducks, and then somebody got really mad and hit people with the duck.
Yeah, that and the potato salad story, I think, are probably like two of my favorite. Just your delivery on the potato salad was excellent. So.
Because I just started laughing at the whole thing.
Why do we have two stories about beavers on here? Let me just say, it's very hard to follow up to David Limbaugh as I'm scrolling through the list, and I've got 2 stories on beavers, 3 stories on sex, 3 poop stories, an octopus escaping. Yeah. It's like we had like 400 listens last week or 300 or so. If any of those people listen again, I'm sorry. If you're listening now, please just turn the podcast off. Like right
I agree.
Now. Yeah.
I don't think. Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. We can't really follow up with David Limbaugh's like, he was great. He was awesome. He was fantastic. Like, I even listened to that, and I didn't hate listening to my own voice, which I usually hate. I usually can't listen to our show because I'm like, I totally suck, and I hate listening to my own voice. But I actually listened to that show. It was fantastic. There's no way to follow that up and feel, like a decent human being about yourself afterwards. We just have to go in knowing that it's going to be a sucky show and just accept it. That's what I think.
I agree. So I guess the problem is now what to follow that up with.
Let's talk about the octopus. They want the octopus.
Okay. It's not what you guys may think. So.
Okay, let's see. Let's talk about this. I can barely remember. Octopus slips out of an aquarium tank and crawls across the floor, escapes down the pipe to the ocean. So he didn't it was just the octopus that escaped then, huh? That's really not as exciting as I thought it was going to be.
all that build up for nothing.
New Zealand's National Aquarium noticed that he was missing because his suction cup prints on the glass. He just basically said, "See you later," and slipped through a gap left by the maintenance workers at the top of his enclosure. And he made it to the ocean. There you go.
That's pretty good. Did you know an octopus can squeeze out of like a giant octopus can squeeze out of like a baseball-sized hole? It's absolutely
apparently
amazing. Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay, now here's a really classy story. This is a good classy type of story that totally is a good follow-up for us. Sir Mix-a-Lot, the creator of Baby Got Back, is supporting Blake Lively because apparently she tweeted out, or like Instagram something or another, a picture of her, and she used his lyrics, LA face with an Oakland booty. And so it's like her front view and her back view, and people started going crazy, like saying, that she was culturally appropriating or something like that, and getting all upset about it. They didn't like it. And but Sir Mix-a-Lot was all into it. He's like, that's cool. She's not thinking that she's fat. It sounds like she was giving me props to my lyrics, which I agree. I think that she was trying to give props to it, don't you?
Oh, I mean, what is it that they're offended by? Is it? It's like, is it because, I mean, I guess, and I haven't heard this argument because I actually heard this story today. When you sent me the story the other day, I just didn't even read it, and I was like, oh, it's Sir Mix-a-Lot again. So, because we've talked about him before in his cell phone hijinks. I wasn't really sure what to take, but so I guess, she quoted the story. Is she implying that people from Oakland are ugly? She could be.
Well, no, that's his line in the Baby Got Back song. I mean, it's a lyric. It's one of his lyrics.
Look,
and so
I may not know pop culture, but I know Baby Got Back.
Okay. Well, that's the lyric. I don't think that the lyric is even saying that. I mean, in the lyric, isn't he implying that, that girls are beautiful and, like, he likes big butts, right? Like, I mean, he's happy about it. And that's all she's saying. She's like, she thinks that she's got a big butt in the dress, but I don't think that she's saying that her butt looks bad.
Well,
I think she's happy about it.
She's appropriating black culture, is what it is. It's obvious. If you look at the photo, it looks like she's kind of bending her knees to stick her butt out more. I think that it was all intentional. It's all a setup. I'm looking. I'm too busy staring at the GIF of the octopus in the bottle that Dan posted. So
nice. Oh, and now he's putting awful pictures in the chat room.
At least there's blurries over the boobies.
Daniel, what are we going to do with you, Daniel? What are we going to do with you?
I think he posts that in every chat. It never applies to anything we're talking about. Ever.
No, that's true. But anyway, I think that people just like to get offended at this point. Like, they just like getting offended, and so they just make up stuff, don't you think? And, I mean, people were saying that it was a racist comment. How is that even racist? I mean, she's quoting a song lyric.
Right. Well, she is, but I'm not sure. I think once again, I think people are just reading too much into it. You can't quote anything from the early '90s. That's why I have not yet made a Short Circuit reference. Then maybe late '80s. I don't remember, but if I could, without being racist, I totally would.
I think that you would. I think you are correct. Okay, this is a really, really old story. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's like 3 years old or something like this. But
I think it's fake. It's fake.
It's not fake. It's funny. It's the 20 worst kids toys ever.
Oh,
like,
okay. That's not the story. That's not the story I thought it was. Okay.
I found some of these things hilarious, and this is like from 2012 or something like that. So there's probably even worse ones out there now. But this thing has a list of these horrible toys, and one of them has this breast milk baby. And so the baby doll actually, like, they put a little fake bra thing on it, and then the baby doll acts like it's breastfeeding. That's horrible. That is horrible, horrible toy.
That's nature.
Nobody should have ever created that.
That's nature.
Okay. Then there is Jelly Bath. And apparently this is a tasteless Jell-O kind of thing that you put in a bathtub for your children to play in. Like a big Jell-O bath. What is the point?
You are training them for Jell-O wrestling at spring break.
You're going to have to clean them off after. It's awful.
Well, there's not any sugar in it. Right? The sugar's the bad part.
All right, now this one.
See, all these are just fine. I would give them all to my kid right now.
So far, you're a horrible parent. No, I'm kidding. Okay, a doll that makes noises when you shake its neck. So you actually wring its neck harder and harder to make it shut up. So you shake it, it makes noise, and you have to actually wring its neck to make it shut up.
I can't defend that one. I'm trying. It promotes good grip.
No, it doesn't. It promotes choking of another human. It's not good. Okay, God Almighty action figure. This is an actual action figure of what's supposed to be God with an AK-47. It comes with a gun.
Does the gun shoot bullets? Like, does it actually shoot bullets?
No, it's just an action figure.
Okay, so it may actually be like a rainbow AK-47.
I don't know. It's supposed to be from. Apparently, there is it's a superstore called the Jesus Christ Superstore, and they apparently have other action figures. But God Almighty comes with an AK-47. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Good for that, I'm just gonna have to let that one be. I think that's kind of like that's walking a very close line for me as far as what can be acceptable or not. So I'm just gonna let them go on their way, and they'll just have to deal with that. I'm gonna just let God Almighty himself deal with those people
with his AK-47.
Exactly. Okay, there is a Playmobil hazmat figurine set, and it comes with toxic waste barrel. And it has these little figures in a hazmat suit.
That sounds right up our alley.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Where's another one? Lightning Reaction Extreme. It's a game of skill and speed. Players have to hit the light before their opponents receive an actual electrical shock. Like, they actually get an electrical shock.
That sounds hilarious. I never understood this because, like, arcades were still, I know they're not really around anymore, but arcades were still kind of around, like when I was a teenager, long, long ago. But they had, like, those shocking chairs. Like, you put a quarter in, and you sit there and you try to take as much shocking as you can. Have you seen that where you hold, like, the metal balls on the arm of the chair?
No.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's horrible.
That sounds awful.
Yeah,
sounds really
it is. It's apparently a thing. And also in my class, it was in 7th grade geography. I remember this. Like, we all sat in like the circle. You know, like they have the chairs in the circle. It was kind of stupid. So everybody that sat in the circle that I was sitting in would hold hands, and one person would stick a paperclip into a light socket.
What?
So of course, the fact that I don't like being shocked, I wasn't very cool. That's probably why I got picked on, because I didn't want to get shocked from a paperclip in a light socket.
I don't blame you. Okay, here's one which I find hilarious because my daughter actually had this. It's called My Cleaning Trolley. That's what it's called. And it's like this little cart. It's like a little janitorial cart. It has a bucket and a mop, and it has all kinds of little cleaning supplies. And it's like, help your kids get an early start on the dream career of being a janitor. Now, y'all think that's funny. My daughter loved this thing. I'm not even kidding. She used to just love taking the mop and mopping it. But one day, she was probably about 7. I don't know. She might be about 6. She was very young, but she thought that she couldn't find, she was tired of just doing the mop with actually no water. And she was small, so she decided she would get water out of the toilet. And she mopped the bathroom with toilet water. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, now we have to mop it for real. But my daughter really did like that thing. And she had almost this exact little trolley set. I'm not even kidding.
I think we've all had bad toys. I can't think of any bad toys that I had, but I'm sure.
And there's this one. These people think this is bad, but I actually probably would have liked this. It's a tattoo gun, but it's like with fake tattoos. You take the fake tattoos and it has like a little fake gun that you rub it and the tattoo comes out and all that kind of stuff. But
I'm not I don't like tattoos, so I'm kind of.
I don't have any tattoos, and
don't lie.
I don't. I've thought about getting one before, just because, I've actually drawn some for customers. I've drawn a couple tattoos, so people are out there that have, something I drew on their body.
So what would I have to ask, because I can't see you getting a tattoo. Not that I've ever seen you, but I can't see you getting a tattoo. Just, I guess you're used to being in pain. Maybe, I don't know. What would you get a tattoo of?
If I was going to get a tattoo,
yes.
It would be something from Harry Potter. I would either get, I'm not even kidding, I would either get like a Yoda with something saying something like some Star Wars, or I would get something from Harry Potter. Probably just like a quote from Harry Potter, I would imagine. That's what I think I would do. Or a Bible verse.
Because I'm sure God would love that. When you're right. Walking up to the gates and they're opening up the book of life. No, I'd be like, no, look at this tat. I'm good, yo. Close that book. Close that book, St. Peter. I'm in.
But if we're really talking about it seriously, I'm thinking I would probably get probably Lupin. He was the werewolf in Harry Potter. Maybe him or Sirius Black. I would want something from one of them and maybe a quote from one of them if I was going to actually do it. That's what I think. Look, MK Texas actually knew that I liked Lupin a lot. How did he know that? He's actually in the chat saying that's what I would do. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that. Okay, so anyway, they had some other toys on there that were very inappropriate, just inappropriate toys that didn't look like they should be toys for children. But anyway, I found that one interesting. What do you think?
Very interesting. I was talking in the chat, so.
Okay. Well, it's your turn. Pick a story.
Oh, it's my. See, you I had stories picked, and you kept going and going and going. So I'm going to actually just lump 2 of my stories together that you didn't even put on the list, and I'm offended. Because
I probably just passed over them by accident.
Because they seem to be appropriately looped. So somebody did a study, and I don't know who pays people to do these studies. Somebody did a study, and they determined that the average human spends 0.45% of their life having intercourse. So I'm not sure if that includes the actual act or foreplay or whatnot. But and they say that the tone of the article was that people were kind of it's sad that people don't have more intercourse than this. And I was thinking that sounds like a lot. Like, realistically, when you consider I would hope the first 15 or 16 years of your life are kind of like blocked off, and you don't do it then.
Yeah, at least I would hope.
I'm hoping, and this is 2016, so at least 16. And I'm thinking that, and maybe in the Viagra world, if you're in the orgy that's known as the Villages, maybe this isn't true, but I would think most of your years past 65 are probably also blacked out. And even if they're not, it's probably
if they're not, they should be, and people shouldn't know about it.
Yes, don't tell. Well, they had to ask for it during the study, so I mean, it just seems like a lot.
All right, wait a second. If you get to be the age of 65 or older, and anybody calls you or talks to you and asks you a question, I don't care if it's true or not. Just lie to them and tell them that you're not doing that. Okay? Just for the sake of everybody involved, just say that you're not.
Are you taking your medicine for your heart condition? No, I'm not. No.
No, I'm saying if they're asking specifically about intercourse at 65 or older.
Look, don't lie. If it were me, like now, I probably wouldn't, being a young active male. I probably don't care as much, but I would think at 65, you just kind of want to brag, even if it's not true, right?
I hope not. No, just keep that to yourself.
But I don't know how they find this out, and I don't know. I was trying to do the math on it, and I kind of forgot all the math. I thought about this like the whole way to work the other day, trying to think of the math and how to describe it here during the show, and I realized that was a lot of thinking. So, I mean, it sounds kind of sad that it's, one minute out of every 200, but that still seems like a lot to me. So
it seems like a lot to me too.
I mean, maybe we lead a very sad life.
Maybe. Well, we are sitting here talking to each other on a Monday night. That's all I'm going to say, is that we are sitting here doing this show. So
I don't think I'm ever going to agree to having like big name guests on ever again, because you're kind of like spiteful to me today.
I'm saying the same thing about myself. Like, I mean, obviously, you're just sitting here talking to me. It's just me. It's not like there's anybody exciting or cool. It's just like me and you. And we're sitting here talking about bad toys and what else do we have? Oh, here's the other thing we have on the list. Tarantulas on a plane and insect poop that threatens to damage the Taj Mahal. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that story too, and I was like, I think Angie probably has enough poop stories. And I guess you found that one too. So
somebody sent it to me. Of course somebody sent it to me. Okay, so insect poop. Apparently there's so much insect poop that falls on the Taj Mahal that they have to clean it and scrub it. And it's messing up the marble. And so they're trying to find a permanent solution to the problem. Apparently there's the insects or something down by the... it resembles a mosquito. I don't know. Used to have some fish that used to keep the insects in check, but environmentalists say that those fish are like not there. The river stagnated, so it doesn't support those fish anymore. And anyway, that's what's happening to the Taj Mahal. Insect poop.
Yeah, and sadly, I actually read that whole article. So they're trying to determine how to keep the insects away from this thing and protect the problem is they're having to wash the Taj Mahal too much, and the murals are not going to withstand all the cleaning. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That is. It's kind of sad.
It's kind of sad that I actually read that whole story.
Of all the stories that you would go and read, you read that one.
Oh, come on. I mean, I know that we're going to bring up some poop stuff here, and I need to
What was the other story that you were linking to, the how much time people spend doing the other? You said you were going to link another.
I was, until you threw insect poop in the middle of that. So.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
go back to
that's fine. The insect poop is probably more entertaining than this. So Pornhub, Pornhub. I think we talked about them doing Pornhub a while back. Did we ever bring that up?
It was just
for April Fool's Day, Corn Hub. So now they care about fitness. So so if you want to increase your percentage of your daily, to achieve your 1 in every 200 minutes you're alive of having sex, you can actually, now they have fitness videos that are intercourse related, and they're actually animated. So it's not like you have to actually like watch some trainers getting it on, because I could probably watch some cartoons doing it. I think I could handle that.
I did actually leave that one story off on purpose because I found it disturbing. I found it very disturbing.
Well, now that you hear it's cartoons, it's a little bit better, right?
They had like the little weird picture. Like, even in the headline, there was just like this odd picture. I'm like, that is just disturbing. I'm not even going to talk about that. I left that off on purpose.
Look, if you pair this up with all those wearable tech devices that are used for counting thrust per second or whatever, then you'd be set. I mean, why even have to exercise? This is good for these old people's hearts.
Maybe it's just so that you could be like a normal human being. Like, I mean, that's just weird. That's just weird and disturbing. I'm sorry, but
yet you want to get a Harry Potter tattoo. Come on.
I didn't say I wanted to. I said if I ever got one, I would probably get that. That's just what I said. Okay. Apparently, 2 tarantulas got loose on an airplane, and it was crawling around on the airplane. This was from Punta Cana to Montreal on April 18th. Her husband caught one in a plastic container, but it wriggled its legs out. And she said, "My daughter was crying." Well, no wonder. It's a giant tarantula. But apparently they didn't find the other one until they pulled, till they got to their destination and they found the second one. They're asking, the family is asking for a reimbursement for their airfare. But they said, most of the people reacted pretty calm and whatever. How would you react if there were like tarantulas on your plane? I mean, this is like a movie kind of thing.
I don't think I could. I always say spiders don't bother me, but if there were a tarantula like in my general vicinity, my opinion might change slightly.
I'm not really scared of spiders. I'm definitely afraid of snakes, but I'm not scared of spiders. My cousin used to have a pet tarantula, and like he was mean. He was really mean. He would be like, if you don't do, this chore or that chore that I'm supposed to do, then I'm going to put the tarantula on you or whatever. And so like I kind of got used to it. It didn't really bother me after a little while. So I can't say that I would be really too scared.
I've never went out of my way to interact with one. I know with all the strange pets I obviously go to a lot of pet shows and stuff.
I'm surprised.
What?
That you haven't had a tarantula. Like you actually don't own one or haven't owned one.
No, I don't do. I'm not a fan of spiders, and I really don't like snakes. So I
hate snakes.
My wife likes snakes. She used to. She worked with exotic animals at some smaller zoos and stuff, and she did a show where she had to like handle the snake. I couldn't do that. But anytime I go to like a reptile store, I like going and looking at the lizards and stuff, but I just don't like looking at the snakes. They're creepy.
I'm not really afraid of spiders. Like, they don't really bother me. I can't say that I would be too scared about it. But I wouldn't love it. Like, I mean, I'm not their biggest fan or anything. But I don't hate them. But snakes are awful. But I did see, like, this kind of goes with the story, and I found it kind of funny. If you guys haven't seen it, look it up. There was a weatherman. He's a TV weatherman, and he's on live on air. And for some reason, there's like a picture of a tarantula that pops up. He's in Charleston, West Virginia, apparently. And he starts squealing when the thing pops up. He's like, ah! He sounds just like a little girl. It is hilarious. You guys have to look it up. It's TV weatherman startled by a giant spider. And it's very funny. I like the guy. Just the way that he reacts is very funny. His little squeal is worse than my laugh. That's all I have to say. Okay. Daniel just put a horrible picture into the chat that I have to now like type into the chat and get rid of because I really, really, really do not like snakes. So
he's just going to put another one. You might just need to ignore the chat.
I'm going to have to put something over top of the chat. Well, it's almost time to go anyway. Before we go, we have to talk about our sponsor, which, they probably were actually a proud sponsor last week, is rwnjfunding.com. Go check them out. It's a crowdfunding site, right-leaning, great principles, great company. If you have something that you were going to think about going to GoFundMe or something like that, go to RWNJ Funding instead. They were a proud sponsor last week. I really don't think that they're probably going to be as proud this week. I'm just saying.
I think this show is actually kind of tame.
Really? You think it was tame? I think it was odd.
It was odd. I always get thrown off when the show starts late because I just kind of start off annoyed. So then I just started talking about. Yeah, I guess it was kind of off. Never mind. I mean, we talk about old people's sex lives, which wasn't even related to the story necessarily. So I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
Well, we can leave on a positive note. Donald Trump apparently is more disliked than Nickelback, according to a poll. And here's the sad thing: he's more disliked than Nickelback, but in about the last 3 polls that have been done, he's slightly beating Hillary. So she is even more disliked than Donald Trump, who is more disliked than Nickelback. So
I don't think Nickelback's as hated as everybody says they are.
I don't know if I really, really hate them, but I do enjoy making fun of them.
Yeah, it's in vogue to make fun of Nickelback, but
yeah, I do enjoy making fun of them. I have to say, I can't say that I hate them, but anyway, I thought that that is a great state of where we are in our lives with our presidential.
I think we're good too. We didn't really even talk about politics, which is probably a good thing because it's like, yeah, it is what it is.
Well, that's true. That's true. Okay, so we're not here next week because it's Memorial Weekend, and we're just not going to be here because we're late like that.
It gives us a reason not to be here, so Angie can kill some more time until we can secure another great guest.
Correct. And then the week after that, we're going to have our friend Ashley. And then you can find me on Twitter. It's at @artist_Angie. You can find him at Pointless Poll, but he's never on Twitter, so just don't even bother following him. Just follow me.
Follow her twice.
And tell your friends to follow me. Because I'm almost to my goal. I'm almost to my goal of Twitter followers before I can actually retire. I think I have 1,000. I have 1,600 more, which is actually kind of close for my goal. 20K is my goal.
But see, I think that's going to make people unfollow you.
Wow.
They don't want you to retire.
Well, I'm not going to retire. I'm just saying, I will feel happy, I could retire if I got. That's my goal.
Oh, see, I retired apparently.
Yeah, you did retire because you suck and you don't tweet at all anymore, which is kind of suck-bad.
One day.
You should try to tweet once in a while.
One day. I know. I keep saying that I will, but, one day.
One day. Okay, and find us on Facebook, Real Serious Nonsense. We're there. Catch you later.